Shalom, children. In our story last time, Yeshua and the taught ones had shared a meal together in a guest room in the city. During the meal, Yeshua warned the disciples one of them was going to betray him. Yohanan had asked Yeshua privately who the betrayer was. Yeshua told him it was the one whom he was to give the sop to. After Yehudas received the special sop honor, he had left the table and gone off into the night. The rest of the taught ones remained, and Yeshua continued to speak with them. "Dear children," he said, "I will only be with you a little while longer. I want you to love one another, just as I have loved you. Indeed, all men will know that you are my disciples if you have love for each other." That reminds me about the time he was telling the taught ones they were to be a light to the nations. When people saw their good works, they would give glory to the Father. After hearing all the terrible things that were going to happen, Yeshua told them they were not to be troubled in their hearts. He said, "You believe in Adonai, believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many staying places, and I am going there to prepare a place for you, and I shall come again to receive you." That sounds very much like what happened in the ancient Hebrew wedding. Do you remember? The bridegroom went and prepared a place for his bride to live, and when the father said the son was ready, he went and collected his bride and brought her back to the family home. Yeshua added, "You know where I am going, and you know the way." At this, Thomas spoke up saying, "Master, we do not know where you are going, so how can we know the way there?" Yeshua answered, "I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." To the ears of the taught ones, this statement was very powerful. Let's dig a bit deeper to find out what the disciples would have understood by this. The first part of the statement was, "I am the way." Now, a diligent student of the scriptures would have known that the Torah is the way. In Psalms we read, "Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord." The taught ones knew the way, or the path to Adonai, was guarding the Torah. Yeshua's second statement was, "I am the truth." The disciples understood the Torah as being the truth. Again in the Psalms we read, "Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is truth. You are near, Adonai, and all your commands are truth." Yeshua's third statement was, "I am the life." And can you guess what the disciples believed brought life? That's right, the Torah was life. Moshe told the children of Israel, "You shall walk in all the ways which Adonai your Elohim has commanded you, that you may live." So, to summarize, Yeshua was saying he was the way, the truth, and the life. Now, when he said, "No one comes to the Father except through me," he was saying no one can walk on the path that leads to the Father except that they walk out the Torah, because the Torah is the way, the Torah is truth, which leads to life. Yeshua then said, "If you love me, you shall guard my commandments. And I shall ask the Father, and he shall give you another helper to stay with you forever. This helper is the Spirit of truth. The world cannot receive this Spirit of truth, because it does not see him or know him. But you do." He said the Father was going to send them the set-apart Spirit to remind them and teach them all the things he had said. The group then left the guest room and headed out to the Mount of Olives. On the way, Yeshua warned them, "All of you will be offended because of me tonight. It is written by the prophet Zechariah, 'I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But I will rise and go before you into Galilee.'" Well, this must have been very worrying for the men. They had learned that night how one of them was going to betray him, and now Yeshua was talking about leaving them soon and being killed. Yeshua finished his teaching with an illustration about gardening. Children, have you ever worked in a garden? Perhaps you've helped prune some of the plants. Do you know what pruning does for a plant? Well, when a branch is dead and not producing leaves or fruit, it gets chopped off, so the plant can put all its energy into the good branches and be fruitful. And sometimes, even when a branch is producing fruit, the gardener will chop it back a little bit so that it can produce even more. Yeshua told them he is like a vine, his followers are the branches, and the Father is the gardener. If there is a branch on the vine that does not bear fruit, the Father takes it away. And every branch that does bear fruit, just like a wise gardener, the Father will prune it so that it can produce even more. Well, children, that is the end of our story for today. So we will see you next time for another exciting journey in the life of Yeshua. Shalom.
Remember what you had planted, the vine you caused to grow, how you uprooted the nations to make a place of its own. But now the hedges are broken, cut down and burned in the fire. Look down from heaven, come and visit your vine.